On topic of me saying the N-word, nah, that was all on me. That was dead wrong on me. Don't mean no it. Don't mean if I grew up around people who said it. Don't mean who referred to me who said it, which they did. That's my fault for thinking I was okay for me to saying it. That's not it.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Well, there's been mad controversy about my voice and what the I said. Let me tell you something. This is the last time I'm going to say this. My voice is how the I'm not going to fake something for 19 years. That don't make no sense. If I grew up in the projects, I'm going to speak how the people around me speak. If I go to school with people who speak like this, I'm going to speak how I speak. That's not faking or nothing like that. You a product of your environment. Y'all bitches should know that shit. And if I live in China, I damn well be speaking mad Chinese. Like, come on. This is science, bro. Like, not even science. It's ABC. Like, come on. You telling me I shouldn't be speaking like this. So how should I speak like? You tell me how I should speak like. And that's not being stereotypical. Because I'm Asian, because I look Asian, I should speak a certain way. That's not being racist in itself. That don't make no sense. And on topic of me saying the N-word, nah, that was all on me. That was dead wrong on me. Don't mean no it. Don't mean if I grew up around people who said it. Don't mean who referred to me who said it, which they did. That's my fault for thinking I was okay for me to saying it. That's not it. Because at the end of the day, I'm not black. That was disrespectful to the African American community, and I should never be saying that. I asked you an apology, and I meant that. I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to never ever say that again, because that's not cool. But even though I ain't meant that shit in no offensive way, no disrespect, that's something I should not be saying as an Asian American. That I get. You can ask those around me who known for dummy long, and the people who I went to school with, they know. That's how I've been sounding since day one. And you don't like this, you don't gotta hear it. You can unfollow. That's cool with me. You can leave. What you're not finna do is sit here and tell me that my voice is fake. And I'm trying to profit off of this. That make no sense. That ass makes no sense.
To the black community out there that specifically subscribe to this, and like I said, I have a certain love for New York. Shout out to the New York people. Um, but it seems to be every time I look at these videos, it's either LA or it's New York, where you got black people that subscribe to or for the ability for other people that are outside of the black community to say certain things, right? Like I said, I'm going to get on the whole speaking thing. That's a whole nother part. But at this moment in time, like I said, I understand. I get it. It's like, hey, everybody's growing up. Everybody's, the same. Everybody in the hood. Everybody going to school. All this other type of stuff. That's cool. That don't mean that they specifically have to talk the exact same way. And no, I'm not trying to police anything that people do. I'm just giving a very helpful warning, because what's going to inevitably end up happening is that you can agree with the section of people that to sit up there and say it, but somebody from that same group that you okayed, like a cop, they'll turn around and start saying it, and then you want to get mad. That don't make no sense. That literally makes no sense. If you're going to okay the people that you are around, they can be Dominican, they can be Latin, they can be Mexican, they can be Asian, they can be white, whatever it is. If you okay any of those groups to say it, you're also okay and advocating for other people who are outside of the people that to say it as well. I don't think y'all understand that. So that's why I'm just trying to reiterate that. Because for whatever reason, people think that their permissions only extend to the people that are close to them. No, it doesn't. It's going to have far-reaching implications of which you cannot even foresee. Because when that person that you okayed to say it, they're going to go back to their own people. And then they're going to be, oh, yeah, I know some boys, they let me sit up there and say it. So, you one of my boys just like I'm one of their boys. So, because of proximity, it's like, yo, you can sit up there and say it. That's how it starts. That's how it starts. So like I said, I'm not even sitting up there going on to the aspect of rap music and different things of that nature, because even within that, people make their own choices to say certain things. I done heard lyrics from other countries, and they might just so happen to use certain words that they specifically use to describe their own people. I'm not comfortable sitting up there saying it, because that's not my people. I didn't grow up there. I don't got nothing to do with any of that. So I'm going to skip over and substitute that word. Or I don't even have to really pay attention to it. I'll just go over, the word. But for whatever reason, everybody else, when it comes to rap, going into the music section, magically everybody wants to be like, oh no, it's a part of the art. So because it's there, I'm going to sit up there and say it. And if you guys didn't want us to say it, then rappers should not be using it. Black people, that's all deflection and excuses. All you're doing is deflecting because you don't want to take responsibility for the fact that you made your choice to say a word that you know that you should not be saying, but you want to sit up there and say it, and you're going to give an excuse and try to back up that excuse as to why it is that you are able to say it, which is nonsensical and stupid. Because outside of any of that, you know you wouldn't be saying it. You know you wouldn't be doing it. You know that if you were to walk into a black community of somewhere that you are not comfortable, somewhere that you are not formal with, somewhere that you don't have family or friends with, and you walked into that community, you started trying to greet black people using that same word, you know what's going to happen. It's green. You're going to get run up out that hood. You're going to get run up out that area. You're going to get run up out that state. It ain't going to work out well for you. So, like I said, and I'm also for a lot of other people out there that might not understand what I'm saying. Just because people in these certain areas, more specifically LA and New York, okay you to say these certain things, don't think that you can go to other black areas around the United States and sit up there and say this. Just because they give you passes, don't mean that every other black person, every other black community, every other black hood, every other black city is going to give you that same pass. Please don't be stupid. Please don't be stupid. Do not trifle with your life. Do not think that this is a game because you got some people out there that will sit up there and take this to the utmost seriousness. They will take it to the highest reaches and the highest levels. And none of your friends that okayed you are going to be able to save you when you end up meeting up with those people. They're not going to be able to fight those battles for you. Everything that you bring on yourself is going to be 100% on you. Now, the other aspect that I want to touch on because I know more than likely who she hangs out with. I know who more than likely her friends or her associates, are that she's around. Um all I'm saying is this, to those women out there, y'all should be very careful of the individuals that you allow to be around you, um allow to be next to you, and allow to mimic, right, and take on certain things. If I were to literally take you from the United States and put you in any Asian country, you're not going to automatically, specifically have the exact down to the T sound as them. You're still going to have your own type of soul directly to it, right? You're still going to have your own different type of soul. It's going to be a little thing. It's going to be something there that's going to be noticeable, right? So you have this Asian woman who's like, well, I grew up around black people, the hood, school, all this other type of stuff. I'm 19, like this is me. I came out like this. Nah, 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 sweetheart. You didn't come out like that. You didn't come directly out of the womb like that. And I'm going to just guess that both of your parents are Asian, right? Because I'm not seeing a hint of melanin nowhere in there. Hint, no hints, no hints. It's like almond milk. I'm not seeing a hint of nothing, right? And you're going to say you came out like that. Nah, because I promise you, more than likely, your parents wasn't talking like that. And that's bars. Because I can promise you, their parents, which will be your grandparents, would find that unacceptable. I promise you, if you were to sit up there and go back to, where it is that your family's lineage is from, they would look at you like an eyeball. They would be like, why are you talking like that? Why, like, what are you doing? Like, they would tell you that's not how you normally talk. Like I said before, I get the whole thing of being so far, quote unquote. Well, I'm just going to say only when it comes to specifically black culture, because oddly enough, whenever it comes to black culture, everybody has the same stereotypical deep voice, accent, ebonic, type of thing going on. And then I'm not even going to touch on the whole mannerisms that a lot of people like to sit up there and use. And when you have people that are outside of the black culture that are not black, they like to accentuate. They like to really exaggerate, a lot of these things because they're overcompensating because they have to. They feel that they have to due to the fact that they know that they are themselves not black. Right? They didn't have two black parents. They didn't have the black American experience. They don't have all of that things, all those things that built us. They don't have all of that within them internally. So they have to, you know, try to overcompensate somehow. Right? And like I said, in the 90s and in the early 2000s, black people noticed that we would sit up there and tell them, it's like, yo, man, what you doing? Like, you don't got to do all that. Just be you. Like, it's cool, yada, 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 all that good stuff. Right? And now, instead of black people, in a sense, checking them and letting them know, like, yo, you don't got to do all of this just to, be with us. Like, you're cool. Like, you can just be here. Nah, black people just letting anything slide. Obviously, anything. On top of the fact of y'all basically allowing her to sit up there and say certain words online, which is crazy. Like I said, this is what I mean when I say that black people will let any and everybody into the black community, into the black culture, into the black family. And then we want to turn around and get mad when, they disrespect us, when they say something that they shouldn't have been saying, when they say something that we don't like, or when they're not defending us when it's time for them to actually show up, right? You done gave them the black card, right? But now when it's time to actually be black, they'll switch over to who they really are. Like I said, black people won't learn. It's going to be a hard lesson. It's going to be a real hard lesson. Like I said, y'all don't like to listen. Y'all don't like to learn. Y'all like to learn to listen by going through very hard and difficult trials. No problem. Y'all going to end up getting those. And every single race on this planet is going to sit up there and show you that because you keep continuing allowing every single race to be in and around you to absorb and go directly into the culture and different things of that nature. But yet at the end of the day, how is that benefiting the black community? You're allowing all of these people to absorb into the culture, and then when it's time for them to like pull back and take what they need, they'll do that. And then they're basically making money off of a culture that you allow them into because you felt that they love the culture. You also love those people being there, celebrating you and your culture. But long story short, they left out with a bag and you're just still being black and broke. Moral of the story, every single time that black people allow people to be in the culture, they will turn around and capitalize and make money off of it. While black people still to this day cannot make money off of themselves, even off of their name that's in all caps that they get delivered in the mailbox every single day. Everybody else makes money off of you while you can't make money off of you. That's clear cut what she's doing. That's clear cut what she's able to do. That's clear cut with the other girl, the actress that works for Disney. She getting that Disney money, Aquafina. That's clear cut what she's able to do. You saw how she swapped it up. She was the same way. She was like, yeah, I talk like this, yada, 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 all this other type of stuff. And ha, ha, ha. And then once she started getting that Disney money, she went right back to normal. Ain't that something? But like I said, keep believing that people like her are automatically for the culture and of the culture. And they're going to stand 10 toes down because I promise you, when things really start getting hot, they're the first ones leaving. They the first ones jumping, first ones hopping. They the first ones looking for some water. But like I said, y'all gonna learn. It is what it is.